Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen the highlights, you've heard the rumors, but now it's time to get the real scoop. We pull back the curtain on the world of sports entertainment and give you the unfiltered truth. From the biggest pay-per-views to the latest shocking headlines, you're locked in for the ultimate wrestling discussion. This is Between the Ropes, only on the Empty the Bench Network. Now, here's your host, Kristie Wilson.
Oops, finally got my mic unmuted there. Hello, welcome to a brand new episode of Between the Ropes. I'm your host. My name is Kristie Wilson. And this show, crazy. It's going to be crazy, but it's going to be fun. I have that feeling. Let's get to the business at hand right here. Yes, there is the fabulous ticker going across your screen right down there at the bottom. Of course, you can follow this show, follow ETB, you follow me. You know the whole drill with that. And here's another... What again? Never mind. But here come the banners. Yes, you can follow Between the Ropes at BTRETB on all social media. And then, of course, the big one we got here, of course, youtube.com/ETB network. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. We're getting closer and closer to those 4,000 watch hours. Of course, if you were on, say, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, that sort of thing, you know, Nick Morgeson debuted this new little show called Jackass Syndrome. Check out the first episode. It's really good. You can also check out other shows like Press Row, Bando's Breakdown, Zan Zingers, Gridiron Gurus, all kinds of really cool stuff. Press Row, another one, clearly. And then, of course, we got two new shows debuting coming up this week. We got Fight IQ debuting May 11th, Callan's Cranium. I gotta get better at pronouncing cranium. A lot better than I do now, but that Callan's Cranium, May 12th. So let's get to the business at hand and why I am here. Shit. Come on, banner, work with me. No, I don't want to hide it. I want to show it off. There you go. Tonight is the night, of course, at Amalie Arena in Tampa, Florida. It is WWE Backlash happening tonight. Pre-show's already going on. And I'm going to preview it for you, folks. And I have the full card on my phone. And that's where I'm going to read the matches from. We're going to start with, of course, one match that I know has been going on for a little bit. Of course, there's a little rivalry going on. Is Io Sky versus Asuka. Of course, we all know everyone wants Kairi Sane back. I mean, is this where Kairi comes back? I would hope so. I know Kairi's been the focus of everyone tweeting hashtag we want Kairi. You know, it would be great if Kairi came back and say sucker punched Asuka, which, you know, would be something. I know Io's been getting beat down and that whole thing. And I know Io's got to do this on his own. I don't see Rhea Ripley coming out saving her, even though that would be totally awesome if that did happen. But I think these two have got to duke it out on their own. So I'm going to go my pick for this match, and I'm doing picks. I think it's going to be Io, and I think this match should put this rivalry to bed. I mean, end it. Have both Io and Asuka each go up against feud with different people. Because let's face it, when Kairi was released, that's when all the air went out on this feud. So I think this is where it should end. And another big one here. The protege versus his mentor. It is the protege is Braun Breaker. The mentor is Seth Rollins. And this match, we know, I said this is what I had predicted for WrestleMania when Rollins ended up going up against Gunther, that Braun Breaker was probably going to play a factor in this and a feud was going to develop between those two. It is definitely happening. Considering I think Braun Breaker wants to prove that he is better than Seth Rollins. Well, Seth Rollins is the veteran. Come on now. But still, I can see Seth winning this, but I think my head is going Braun Breaker. So that's going to be my pick for this one. It's going to be Braun Breaker, and I think this feud's going to continue even into Clash in Italy, which is coming up later on. So there's that. So I don't think this feud's over, not by a mile. Another match on the card. I'm getting these non-title matches out of the way before I get to the 2 title matches that are on this 5-match card. Another one, this is a tag team match. It is The Miz and Kit Wilson. By the way, most toxic dude on WWE TV. Versus Danhausen and a mystery partner. Who is this mystery partner? I don't know. If you say John Cena, I'm going to tell you no. Because Cena actually is going to be at Backlash, and he's got a so-called history-making announcement to make. I don't know what it is. Is it WWE related? I don't think it's related to anything he's personally having happen. Run as fast as you can. What killed SmackDown is the gingerbread man. I'm getting to that, KB. I'm getting that, by the way. Hi. I am getting to that. But back to Backlash. Who is Danhausen's mystery partner? Don't say John Cena. That's a definite no, because like I said, he's got an announcement. I don't know. I know some people are saying it's going to be Jelly Roll, but I think after what we've had to deal with the celebrities in these wrestling events, and that's another topic I'm going to get to today in the show, I think even Jelly Roll knows he shouldn't be at Backlash. Who's it going to be? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and find out. Now to the 2 title matches that are on this card. I'm going to start with the United States Championship, and I'm going to put KB's comment back up. Yep. The gingerbread man, you saw that so-called funeral, lame as fuck. It was Little Yachty and a gingerbread man costume rising from the dead like The Undertaker. But if you saw SmackDown, yes. Yeah, Sami Zayn went ballistic. He's feuding with Trick for that United States title. Let's get one thing completely clear as I take... Whoops. I'm going to take KB's comment off and go back here. But as far as I'm concerned, look, Trick won this damn title at WrestleMania. We're not going to... I don't honestly think you should be playing hot potato with this damn thing. So let's face it. Yes, Sami is pissed and all that other shit. That whole gingerbread man thing, look, let's forget it. That was lame as shit. And we know why. I don't honestly think it worked. But I'm not going to get into it. I say Trick retains. Sami needs to move on. That's it. I'm sick of Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is asking to get put in the Roast to Wrestler segment, and I will annihilate him. And I'll even I might bring up some things, at least that I remember, if Sami does end up in the most brutal segment of the show that I could ever come up with. It's brutal, believe me. But no, I say it's going to be Trick because I don't think WWE is going to take that title off of Trick Williams so soon after he got it. It just doesn't make sense. Now we're going to get to the big one on this card. It is World Heavyweight title on the line. Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu. Battle of two alpha males. Not a bad thing, by the way. And it's a big title on the line. And look, I like Jacob Fatu. He's become very popular. I know people really like him. I do have a Roman-related story coming up directly right after I do this preview. Again, it's similar to Trick Williams. Roman just won this World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania. Do I think Jacob Fatu's going to give him a hell of a fight? Yeah, absolutely he will. I don't expect anything less from him. Like he always says, was Jacob Fatu all gas and no brakes with that? So you know what Jacob Fatu's all about. He's going to go full speed ahead. I mean, he's going to let it roll, but Roman, I say he's going to retain. KB says, Sammy, please leave WWE, be all elite, and bring Kevin with you. I don't know. That I'm not sure about. I'm not sure about that, KB. As much as I would like, I don't want Sami Zayn on my TV screens, period. Doesn't matter if he's in WWE or AEW. I'm not the biggest fan of his. Never have been, never will be. So we'll see next week how I know I might get either all of these right or all of them wrong. Oh, and the tag match, Danhausen and his mystery partner versus The Miz and Kit Wilson. I forgot to do a pick. I better get this out of the way quick. I think it's going to be Danhausen and his mystery partner, because let's face it, The Miz doesn't need to win this. Kit Wilson, I don't know. His character just isn't clicking with me. This is just me talking. It just isn't clicking with me. But yeah, I'm going to go Danhausen as mystery partner in a tag team match, whoever it is. Now, I mentioned Roman Reigns. He has the big match. He's defending that World Heavyweight title against Jacob Fatu. This is what's going on with him, which is he's not scheduled to appear on Monday Night Raw as well as Night of Champions throughout the month of June. Supposedly, there is a reason for this, and I'm going to try and see if I can... There's so many reasons why. I mean, look, the guy has dealt with, I know everyone's probably going to be moaning and groaning and going, oh, really? Again? Was he's pulling this shit again? Why? Why is he pulling this crap of disappearing after a while? Now, as many of the stories going on as in terms of, did he have to take a pay cut or anything? I don't know. My guess is, and I'm sure, and this is the most recent one, which is despite recent rumors of Roman Reigns was unhappy with TKO, there's no concern within WWE or TKO about him leaving the company. His position at WWE remains secure. It was internally indicated Roman is not someone TKO is willing to risk losing. He's still heavily factored into WWE creative plans, not going anywhere. So for all of you people out there who are thinking, oh my God, the world is ending, Roman's leaving. No, he's fine. He's a top level, top level star. But I think maybe this is possibly a health related person. This man has dealt with leukemia. He fought it way before he became a wrestler. And then, of course, as we know, 2018, we had just that horrible, sad moment where the leukemia returned and he had to take time off to treat it, to get the proper continue getting the proper treatment for it. And he's going to be on medication probably for the rest of his life because of that. So he has to do whatever it takes to keep the leukemia at bay, because even if he is the healthiest he has been in years, it's not gonna. So any of you thinking this is like the freaking end of the world, don't worry, he is fine. And this topic ties into that as well. Now, Roman is not being asked to restructure his contract. He's not being asked to take a pay cut. TKO, however, is asking multiple talent to restructure their contracts. Well, their top executives, I can name three of them right now, is Ari Emanuel, Mark Shapiro, and Nick Khan, are raking in income in the tens of millions of dollars, like between 50 to 60, 70 million a year, this year alone. There was a report going out mentioning the amount of money these guys are all getting. Oh, geez. Yeah, TKO, I wouldn't be surprised if they already did get on their hands and knees and begged Roman not to leave KB. I wouldn't be surprised if they already did that. But look, when did this become the NFL? The only time I ever hear anything about restructuring contracts is when it relates to NFL talent restructuring their contracts in order to create salary cap room. TKO is asking, this is like in the upper mid-card to lower mid-card type talent, to basically restructure their contracts. Some taking 50% pay cuts. There have been some names floating around and might have done that, like LA Knight, amongst others, and there are those out there who are big fans of his who are afraid he's going to be next on the chopping block. This is absolutely ridiculous. You are asking these people, some of them have dreamed of being a part of WWE since they were little kids. They took an interest in wrestling and decided to pursue it, and decided to go and do this as, how they want to earn their living from now on. And you're asking them to restructure their contracts and take large pay cuts, while your three top level executives, who I named, are raking in tens of millions of dollars. Hold on. Because, like the wise man once said,
make it make sense to me.
Make it make sense to me. It's like Michael K said, make it make sense to me. And I really do not like this. I really think it's bullshit. If I'm being honest with you, it's bullshit. Another thing ties into this. I mentioned celebrity appearances in my first topic on Backlash, including Jelly Roll, who I don't think is going to show up, and I don't think he's going to be Danhausen's mystery partner. WWE, however, is reportedly happy with these celebrity appearances. I mean, let's face it, people like me, KB, I mean, anyone else out there who has watched these celebrity appearances, even little Yachty, who happened to be on SmackDown last night, like I said, he was in the gingerbread man costume, rose from the dead like The Undertaker. Let's face it, we don't want people like him, and I respect Jelly Roll, but please, sir, stay out of this, please. We do not want celebrities in these matches. We don't want them at these events unless they are fans, and they don't get involved in anything. But WWE reportedly happy with it, but we're not. And they need to realize that. This is fucking ridiculous. I don't like it. And I hate the fact that it's happening like this. Celebrity appearances, they're bullshit. It's bullshit. Someone else came up, and Nick Morgeson deserves credit for bringing this to my attention, which is this. WWE reportedly shutting down streamers and content creators who do these reaction type videos. I follow a couple of guys on Twitch. One of them, he posts his reactions on social media, that sort of thing. Well, WWE's clamping down on the bullshit, and they never had this issue before. I mean, I think WWE literally thrived on content creators putting up their reactions to things like, oh, Tiffany, like one video I saw highlighted in the article I read, Tiffany Stratton cashing in on Nia Jackson. The reaction of a lot of these content creators was crazy. But, you want the genuine reaction from the fans, but you're not going to get it when you're shutting down these streamers and these content creators who are just posting this stuff and showing, either their excitement or dismay over certain things. So, WWE becoming extremely unappealing to a lot of people. However, I'm going to get off this and I'm going to get to something else here because, of course, this past Wednesday, legendary Ted Turner passed away at the age of 87. I know some of our programming here at ETB has talked about this. Here's the big thing, and if you're wondering why am I talking about it, well, think about it this way. The one big word used to describe Ted Turner was maverick. He took risks. One of the big risks he took was he bought the National Wrestling Alliance's Jim Crockett Promotions, which was on the verge of going completely broke when Ted Turner decided to buy it. And when he did, he changed it to World Championship Wrestling. Yeah. And because of him taking that risk and bringing in, yes, there was older talent coming in. You bring in a guy like Eric Bischoff in there. But it ended up working. We had the legendary Monday Night Wars, WWE, or then WWF Monday Night Raw versus WCW Monday Nitro. And Monday Nitro beat Raw in ratings and viewership for 83 weeks. Hence, that's where Eric Bischoff got the name of his podcast, 83 Weeks, because of that. So Ted Turner, he was definitely, he was known as a mouth from the South. And the funny thing is, someone said this, and I don't know who did, but he said, Ted Turner walked so Tony Khan could run. That makes sense. That clearly makes sense. And here's the funny thing. In AEW, the TNT and TBS titles both have on the side plates the mansion that I think used to be the original home for TBS. And bravo to AEW for doing the 10-bell salute to Ted Turner. Of course, Sting showed up. He was with WCW and became a huge star. Of course, Tony Schiavone worked on commentary for WCW. He was there. He gave his thoughts. Willow Nightingale cut a wonderful promo. holding the TBS title belt, showing pride and everything and thanking Ted Turner. And, sure, WWE did the whole graphic thing of Ted Turner, everything they did. But I think AEW, I mean, talk about world class, honoring Ted Turner like they do. So, Ted Turner, sir, thank you. Thank you for that, for WCW. And by the way, yeah, you were in the wrestling business. I'm going to mention this. I still remember watching CNN, network Ted Turner founded, watching Larry King Live do an interview with Vince McMahon. He discussed a conversation that he and Ted Turner had. Ted Turner said, well, I'm in the wrestling business. And Ted Turner says, that's fine. I'm in the entertainment business. I still remember that so well. And to me, Ted Turner, he played a big role. He put, like I said, WCW with the Monday Night Wars. Vince McMahon was on his heels. What do you do? How do you stop it? And yeah, they did stop it. I get that, but Ted Turner's impact is being felt and is going to continue to be felt for a long time. So, Mr. Turner, sir, thank you. Thank you. I mentioned AEW, and now World Class, they were doing this wonderful 10-bell salute and tribute to Ted Turner. Well, speaking of AEW, right now, because of the current situation, because of current circumstances going on right now, they have about 12 to 16 months to secure a brand new TV deal. Now, they can go elsewhere, or they can go with the newly merged Paramount Skydance and work with David Ellison. There is that possibility. I have Paramount Plus, so that would not, I don't find that to be an issue. But it does leave a lot of questions, like what happens? I mean, a lot of questions there. I mean, I'm sure Tony Khan and everyone's gonna figure out what is the best decision for them. But AEW's got to get things. I don't know when their current television contract with Turner Broadcasting ends. Eventually, we know it's going to, but right now, they're being given at least a year to 12 to 16 months to figure out what the next move is. So that, in fact, I think is a really good thing. At least you get the time. And if you find a place where you find a good landing spot, you can negotiate and make sure everything, like, cross every T, dot every I, you know what I mean? So there is all of that. And, hopefully they find, like I said, hopefully they find a good landing spot. Ooh, excuse me. By the way, hello to the 109 people watching me live. I almost screwed up the numbers there, shit. But sorry about that. But I mentioned WWE not coming across as appealing because of everything I've talked about so far with WWE, TKO, all the bullshit and everything like that. Well, it's not stopping one person from deciding he's going to come to WWE. That's right. New Japan Pro Wrestling star Hiromu Takahashi. If I butchered his name, I am so sorry about that. All I gotta say is I'm sorry about that. He's expected to come to WWE. Now, we already had Evil come in, and his name is now Haroku. I think it's Japanese for hell, which, I think kind of makes sense. It makes sense. Now, what are they going to do with Takahashi? I don't know. I mean, hopefully, if he's coming into NXT, it's going to help freshen things up with that brand, because they've already had some call-ups with All Ego, Ethan Page, Joe Hendry, Ricky Saints, Fatal Influence, JC Jane, and of course Sol Ruka, who made her debut who signed her contract on Raw this past Monday. So the NXT is trying to fill in the gaps, and if you get Hiromu Takahashi coming into WWE, then yeah, he can continue to fill holes and gives more challengers. I mean, already Evil and this other guy named Mason Rook are already going after Tony D'Angelo, the current NXT champion. I'm sure Takahashi or whoever else they're going to be bringing is going to go after Miles Bourne, the current North American champion. There's a lot going on. So things are looking definitely interesting in NXT, and hopefully they can keep things fresh and interesting with this new talent they're bringing in. I know some of them are older and you want to see younger talent, but I think you got to mix it up a little bit. Have the young stars go up against the established veterans, the older talent, and they can mix things up. So that's what I like. I think it would be a good thing. Now, in more WWE news, Ireland, the country of Ireland, is apparently supposedly well placed, you can see that in quotation marks in the banner, to put in a bid to host WrestleMania. Now, last week I talked about Nashville possibly wanting to put in a $3.5 million bid for WrestleMania because, the Titans' new version of Nissan Stadium is going to be open this season, and it would be a really good location for a WrestleMania. Ireland, I think the one thing, and I should have looked up a possible arena for this. God damn. Yeah, no, do your research. I know the one big city I know of, and this is me being ignorant. I should have learned more about Ireland anyway, but let's see. Here's some locations. I don't know which one of them would work. So go to the largest stadium. You could go to, here's one. The largest arena in Ireland for sports is a place called Croke Park Stadium. It is the home of the Gaelic Athletic Association. It's played host to iconic moments in Irish sport and history and to major cultural international events. So I think you got soccer. It looks like, based on what I'm reading here, it looks very impressive. So Croke Park might be a really good thing. KB. No, in TKO, they might do an AI WrestleMania. I don't want to do this to you. I really do not. I'm sorry, KB, but I got to do this to you. This is my response to that. No. That thought. Honestly, the only reason I buzzed you, KB, was because that's the thought of an AI WrestleMania actually scares the shit out of me. Sorry, I'm not ready for that. I am not ready. But WrestleMania in Ireland at Croke Park, it's great safety record. I mean, the whole place looks like looks really awesome. So it has, and it's UEFA and FIFA approved certification, and it's done so much. I mean, holy crap. So this sounds good. This actually sounds good. So I like that. I really like it. It's definitely something. I mean, I would think, and it's in Dublin. So if you love, for someone like, for example, say Becky Lynch, Sheamus, an Irish wrestler that WWE has signed, I think that would be really something. And it's been around. I mean, heck, the highest record attendance they've had, 90,556. And this place has been around since 1884. Jeez. And it did undergo renovations over 22 years ago in 2004. So clearly, I'm sure they could accommodate something like WrestleMania. I mean, I'm sure they could. I'm almost certain. Yeah, they almost certainly could. Like I said, if you have Becky Lynch, Sheamus, Lyra Valkyria. I mean, I'm sure this is would be an absolute dream come true for them to have WrestleMania in their homeland. So Croke Park in Dublin looks to be. I think that would be the place. I think if WWE were ever to consider Ireland as a place for WrestleMania. I know people are going to play, ticket prices are too high, we have to pay for airfare, we have to get a hotel, blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to be optimistic here. I'm trying to express optimism over this. Bear with me. If you are a fan of the show Dark Side of the Ring, you are in luck because season 7 is coming up and it's set to premiere July 7th. And the first episode is a 3-parter on the TNA wrestling, and in particular, the guy responsible for bringing this promotion to life, Jeff Jarrett. JEFFJARRETT. Yep, that guy. Let's face it. Dark Side of the Ring, I've watched multiple episodes. Excuse me. I've watched several episodes, everything from the Montreal Screwjob, the Fabulous Moolah, the death of Owen Hart, multiple things that have happened. Dark Side of the Ring has covered a lot, and they've looked at various individuals, whether it's Magnum TA, Nick Gage, well-known deathmatch wrestler, in case you don't know who I'm talking about, they've looked at literally a lot of people. They've done episodes of various moments. I mean, Dark Side of the Ring is a really good show if you give it a chance. And I think this season they do have the list of episodes. I think, yeah, like I said, I think this three-parter premiere episode on Jeff Jarrett and TNA, I think is definitely going to be a really, really interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting, and I like that. I definitely, if you are into check access, check your local listings, check your cable provider, set your DVR, season 7, July 7th. So that should be Dark Side of the Ring. This should be interesting, as it always is. Another big piece of news right here. Yeah, you've read it right. Your eyes are not deceiving you here. Andrade El Idolo defeated Yoda Tsuchi. I butchered that last name. I deserved it. I don't know, if I had something, I would whack myself with it, but I am terribly sorry about that. But yes, they recently had him at a big New Japan event, and Andrade El Idolo, like the banner says, is your new IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion. Yeah, he's bringing in more IWGP gold to the Don Callis family. I don't know where his loyalties lie. Is it United Empire or the Don Callis family? I do not know. If he was sitting in front of me right now, he would ask me, how you know? And I'd probably laugh. Which that's funny. That video of him asking MJF that question multiple times, looking like he's gaslighting him, is classic. I love it. I love it. Oh, I would say this has earned. I did this one time for Jacob Fatu. Now I'm going to do this. This has earned Andrade El Idolo redemption, in my opinion. Am I sorry I put him in a Roast the Wrestler segment like before with Jacob Fatu? No. Because Andrade El Idolo was a very, very bad boy, so he deserved it. But eventually, great job by Andrade. Great job of him becoming the IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion. That's really awesome. That is definitely awesome. Now, before I get to the last two segments of the show, crap, hold on a minute. All right. Now I had that taken care of. Dropped something and I had to throw it away. Okay. I want to say hello to the 116 people watching me live. Hi, everybody, and hope you guys have all enjoyed the show. And I'm going to get to the good parts that I'm sure people look forward to. So here we go. Now, I said at one point this guy was going to get this honor of being my Wrestler of the Week. Well, he finally got it. It's Kevin the Jet Knight. He's been named Wrestler of the Week before, but that was when he, Speedball Mike Bailey, and Hangman Adam Page won the trios titles, and I decided to sing their praises, give all three of them the distinctive honor. Now he gets it on his own. We know Kevin's story. He's insanely talented. I mean, charismatic, and he's part of a super cool tag team called Jet Speed with Speedball Mike Bailey. Like I said, trios champion, two-time AEW trios champions, one with Hangman Adam Page and the other with Mystico, and now the Jet is your TNT champion. I mean, let's face it, Kevin Knight has what it takes to be a star, a mega star. Charming, charismatic, good-looking, great in the ring, works well with, I think he and Speedball Mike Bailey work well together. They bring excitement to the tag team division. I think you could put a third person in there with them, and it's going to work. They proved it with Hangman. They proved it with Mystico. And if you're wondering why is Kevin Knight, of course, we know, won the TNT title, he pinned Daniel Garcia to win it, and his first singles championship, he was trying to save his buddy Speedball Mike Bailey. I think Garcia had him in a really painful pinning predicament, and the Knight came into the rescue and pinned Garcia, won. And recently, the Jet has had a couple of really good freaking badass matches. One, defended his TNT title against MJF, who is still looking to basically fuck Darby Allin over, but Darby Allin says, as in he's gonna, if Max agrees to the stipulation in the title match that Max wants so bad, if Max loses his hair. Oh Lord, I'll get to that's a topic for another day, by the way. This has nothing to do with this. But no, Kevin the Jet Knight proved he could hold his own against MJF, a former two-time AEW World Champion. And this past Wednesday on Dynamite, Kevin had an incredible match against Darby Allin. Holy shit. From one side of the ring to the announce table. The distance Kevin Knight got on that as he landed on Darby Allin on the announce table, oh my god. He's amazing. He is so amazing. I mean, every time I'm seeing him, I can't help but cheer him on. I can't. He's already gotten a huge, stamp of approval from another former AEW World Champion, Swerve Strickland, and they even had a match in which Kevin held his own against someone who's at the top of the food chain like Swerve is. So Kevin the Jet Knight can, whether he's teaming up with Speedball Mike Bailey or doing matches on his own, he is talented with a capital T. He can hold his own against literally any star that you put him up against. And he is that good. Yes, him being named Wrestler of the Week was a little overdue, but I will admit this. He was going to get this honor anyway, and now he's officially got it. So Kevin the Jet Knight, you are awesome, and I think you are going to be a major star. So proud of you, dude. Now this last one, I'm sure there are those out there who are huge fans of this guy I'm going to roast. I'm going to ask you to forgive me, but I have a lot to say to this guy. I'm sure he's not watching, but if he was, he would be laughing at me right now, or he'd be giving me the finger or calling me the one word he seems to like saying a lot. Yeah. The Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. Hey, bitch. Let's get one thing very clear here. Since you've arrived in AEW, you have bounced, you've been a part of the Elite. You're part of the Don Callis family. Excuse me. The Don Callis family, in this case, this is a fucking faction that, of course, needs to die. And apparently, you are now currently holding the International Championship because, thanks to Jon Moxley beating you in the final of the Continental Classic, the unified title is no more. Mox has the Continental title. You hold the International title. That's it. But here's the thing. You seem to be biting off more than you can chew. You challenged Darby Allin for a world title match, which is coming up this Wednesday on Dynamite. And let's face it, do you really need it? No. Do you want it? Yeah, that's without question. But if I were you, sir, I would be more worried about Konosuke Takeshita at Double or Nothing. I know this says Vegas. I know it's in New York. I pulled the shirt out just for the sheer hell of it. Sorry about that. But Okada-san. Worry more about Takeshita not trying to win the AEW World title. If you win that, then you're just clout chasing, title chasing. That's all you're doing. Just let's face it. I know there are fans out there have been wanting you and Takeshita to want to beat the crap out of each other for a long time. I know Double or Nothing is not until May 24th. But let's face it, you're biting off more than you could fucking chew, buddy. You going after Darby, that's a mistake, first of all, because let's face it, I don't honestly think you're going to win. I really don't. I feel like this feels like too much. It's too much. You're already holding a belt. You don't need to hold another one because the allure of Okada 2 belts doesn't sound very appealing to me at all. It doesn't. But let's be serious. Let's be 100% serious here. You don't need to be AEW World Champion. The only way you can possibly achieve that is if you drop the international belt, which I'm not going to make a prediction on that because Double or Nothing is at least a few weeks away. May 29th. It's May 9th. Sorry. Let's go to here. Yeah. So it's in two. So you have 2.5 weeks left before Takeshita probably bashes your fucking brains in, and potentially wins that international championship. Because God forbid, I don't see you as AEW World Champion unless you lose that belt. So good luck against Darby on Wednesday, Okada, because bitch, you're gonna need it. So, Okada. Oh my god. Oh, and by the way, if, for example, Okada does end up winning, I know exactly what I'm looking for. I'm going to be like this.
Heartless, gutless, fucking shitballs, godless, fucking gutless, fucking team.
I'm going to go all Frank the Tank on him. That's very true. I'm going to go all Frank the Tank on him.
What?
Yeah, I am. So, Okada, bitch. Good luck. You're gonna fucking need it. Okay. Here's your ticker. You can follow this show. You can follow this network. We're getting closer to 4,000 watch hours. And sorry. I can't believe you used the Frank the Tank sound effect. Oh, God. Nick Morganson, you're rubbing off on me. Follow the show, follow the network, follow me. We're getting closer to 4,000 watch hours. It's awesome. I got to get this ticker off. Again, follow BTR on all social media, BTR ETB, and the big one, youtube.com/ETB network. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. Show's coming up. Like I said, Fight IQ on May 11th. Callan's Cranium. Oh my God, I finally got that right. Hold on. I finally said it correctly. There we go. There we go. I know what I'm looking for. I'm sorry. I'm so excited about it. There it is. All right, I'm going to stop doing that. Sorry. Like I said, youtube.com/ETV network. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out the shows. Like I said, Fight IQ, Callan's Cranium, all coming up Monday for Fight IQ, Callan's Cranium for for Tuesday, May 12th. And then, all the other shows you got out there, like Press Row and all that other stuff you can check out. I'm sure Morgason's going to drop another episode of Jackass Syndrome where he's going to be ripping someone. And don't forget to check out, of course, this tomorrow, Sunday. It's a big day. And for benchmarks, this was talked about on Press Row, towards the end of Press Row on Wednesday, when I happened to ask about it because I was just curious. There's going to be a new episode of Benchmarks, narrated by yours truly. It is the ending of the streak. Undertaker and his 21-0 streak broken by the now retired Brock Lesnar. So check it out on Sunday, Acast, or wherever you like to get your podcast. It is going to be fantastic. I'm excited about it because, believe me, this is the first thing that I've honestly ever narrated in my life. And I'm excited about it. I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait for all of you to hear it. So that is going to be it for me. Thank you to the 119 people watching live. Thank you, KB, in the chat. And I will see you folks next week with a new episode of Between the Ropes. See you folks later.